In this video, we'll look at how to avoid using the toolset register documents to model with a good workflow. Also, we're going to look at a couple of scenarios where you lose your details and how to retrieve them, and possible speed bumps that could happen while you're trying to retrieve your documents, whether you save them by a different name or place them in a different location. So let's get started with the first scenario on how to avoid registering documents to model by the preferred workflow. So here we have scenario 1. This project was created on the desktop with its relative file folders and back files and so on. So this is a scenario on how to avoid using register documents to model. First, I want to cut the project from the desktop and put it in a folder that I've created in this folder where I'm pointing to. So I'm going to open that up. Let me just drag that over, and I'll put it in a folder called Day 11. So I pasted everything there. Here you can see the log files, the .mdf, DWGs, backup files. Within that, you have a subfolder with the same name, which carries the bills of materials, calculations, databases, and the details, what we're interested in right now. So you can see all the details that were created. So originally done on the desktop. I'm going to go right now and open up Advance Steel. It's going to open up on the other monitor when it generates. I'll drag it over. So a project that was created on the desktop was carried over and put in another location. And here it is. Let's just drag that over. And then now I'm just going to go and open the file that I told you about. This is where it is. I'm going to go onto my desktop, again, mapping myself to the location where I want to go. I'm going to open up Day 11, and here we have the register documents to model. That's the model structure. Again, you're not going to see the log files or the MDF at this point, only through the File Explorer. So I'm going to open this guy. Once it's opened, I will just expand this guy. Good. I'll go to the output, and we're going to see if we still have our drawings. Let's go and open that up. I have a menu on the other side. There we go. So I'm going to go and expand my details, see what we have. So there, everything's up to date. Okay. So there we have it. We've created some lists. There we have it. Bills of materials, NC files, DXF files. They're all there. So we've just looked at how to avoid using the register documents to model using a particular workflow, copying the project and the project folder to a new location. Scenario 2 is when you're saving the project to a new location with a different name and what can happen. I'm going to use the Save As. Come on, Save As. There we go. So I'm going to jump up and put it into maybe a Day 12 folder, what I've created, Day 12. And I'll name it Register Details to Document Manager. And I'll just put DM. So that's done. That's good. I'll just do an uppercase R. So there we have it. Totally different name, totally different place. Use a save as. I'll hit save. I'm going to go and open up the document manager again, drag that over. Let's expand my details, and you can see the details are empty. There's no list, there's no NC files, there's no DXF files. They're all empty. And this is because of a setting that was not set in the Advanced Steel management tools, which you can find from the Home tab. So I can go and open up the Advanced Steel management tools, okay, on the Home tab and also the Tools tab. Okay, so again, I can go to the defaults and just type SAV and expand the tree general, subtree general. Copy all project documents during Save As is not checked, so that's why the details weren't carried over. So that's one scenario. We've all come across that. In this next scenario, the details of the project folder in day 11 will be copied to the day 12 project folder details subfolder. So here is the project folder, as you can see, and this is the project we're working on. I'm just going to open up the project folder, and you'll find the details is empty, so I'll just paste them there. All right, so now I'll select Open and look at the command line. Let's watch the command line. It seems that everything is okay. I'm not getting a warning. So let's check the document manager, expand the details. And this is a known scenario, unknown rather, where you'll see the unknown. In order to get rid of that, just hit the force update. So this is another scenario where we've all seen that unknown when copying details from one project to another. So I'll just wait until this plays out, because what we want to see is a green check up to date. So in this next scenario, what we're going to be looking at is creating a project folder and a subfolder called details when you only have the model structure. So I'm sure we've all come across that, where we want to link everything properly. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to open within the same project, day 12, how to register documents to model. Now it has no project folder, as you can see. So we'll start by opening that up. We will have to create a project folder with the same name and also a details folder within. So we'll just start by opening that up. So let me just close down this guy. I want to just save it and close it so I'm not confused. All right, so once that's closed, all we'll have right now is the how to register documents to model. The first thing I want to do is go and open up the details, and we'll be looking at grabbing the details from the last project we just closed. So what you're looking at right now is a path. We're actually in the details folder. I am going to copy them all using the Control plus the letter A, and I will navigate up to the project, how to register documents to model, and that should be in the day 12 folder. And I'll just paste it here. So the details have been copied to the day 12 folder for the relative project, how to register documents to model. But there's a step that we have to do. We cannot just register the documents to the model. We have to go to the file and we have to create a new folder with the same name, how to register documents to model. So I'll create a new folder and let's just select create new folder here. And I'll use the name how to register documents to model. You can see that. So what we're using here, and it has to be named exactly the same. So I'll just borrow the name, meaning I'm going to select rename and copy it and name the new folder. So there, copy, right click. Let's rename that. Good. The next thing to do is create a folder within this project folder called details. So I'll just open that up and create a new folder within called details. I'll jump up one level and grab all the details that we did get from the register details to DM. So I'm copying all of the details and placing them in the correct project folder details. Let's grab the rest. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. I got all the details. Let's just cut them out and put them in the details folder. Once this is done, we're going to take a look and see if we have our details. Just to reiterate, here's the project we're working on. As you can see, we've copied details from the register details to DM into the folder with the same name, subfolder details. Let's step it back up. So that's where the details were coming from. Register details to DM. And again, we went in and we copied all of the details. We could have easily copied the BOM and the NC files and so on. Okay, let's X out of there. Now, let's save our work. And I'll go and open up the document manager. So once that's opened, I'm going to look at my details. Empty. Is there a step we're missing? Register documents. So now we have to register the details we just put in the folder. So I'm going to select all. And there we have it. It successfully registered all the details. So this is another scenario. Let's check again. Unknown. We know with the unknown, all we have to do is force update. So we can have that nice, lovely green check mark good to go. So let it play out and finish the process. So again, this video is just showing you little speed bumps or hiccups that might happen to you along the way. Incidentally, you could have avoided the unknown by deleting the UPD files, but that's what we want to see, a green check mark. Here's another scenario where when you open your documents, you get a message saying file location is not relative to the model folder. I'm going to go up one level and go into day 13 folder. So this one is called test. I'll open that. So they're very similar projects. There's some slight differences. Let me just close this guy down. I'm going to save it and close. And I would like to use the same details again. So I am going to go and register. See these details? Okay. And that should be from how to register. See day 12. So I want these details. I can open them. Let's see if this works. See, I just registered all of these details, selected open, going to my document manager, expand the details, which will be empty. The reason why that is happening, if I go at, is because it doesn't contain a folder. So I can go and open. See the test? I'll go to the day 12, go to this guy we just finished, and I'm going to grab all of the details. I'm just going to grab the entire folder and copy it. And paste it there. Okay, so there we go. It has a details folder. And see if that works. Let's go and register. Map my way to day 13. Here's a details folder that I'm going to select all and open. And just wait to see if anything happens. So this is exactly what I'm looking for and exactly what you guys have come across. The file location is not relative to the model folder. And that is because if I go and open up again the location, it does not have a folder with exactly the same name. So I would have to create that folder. Let me just rename this and I will copy. I'll create a new folder and paste the name. So it has the exact same name. Now from there, I will cut this guy, or I could have drag and drop, cut, and put it into this folder here, subfolder. So this is what we have. Okay, so we've done that. Now back into the model structure, I will try, hopefully we won't get that message again, register documents to model. We have our folder with the same name, we have our subfolder called Details. I'm going to open that up, Control All to select them all, select Open, rather, and there we have it. All right, successful registration. That's what I want to see. Let's go to our document manager and open. There we have our details that are up to date. Additionally, we could have copied over our other folders, NC files, bills of materials, and so on. So again, this webinar demonstration was how to avoid using register documents to model, but also covered a few scenarios on what could happen given you've kind of mucked up the workflow. So I hope this helps. Now we have a little bit of an understanding on the pitfalls that you can come across when copying one folder to another or not using the register documents to model correctly. Thanks for listening.